Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Jeanette Collins, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my second time through for this card. So I'm using the Bewitching bundle, and I'm making a card that is featuring those little boot feet of the witch. So I can't wait to show you, and hopefully I can do this in 30 minutes. My video was way too long. So this is my second try. Let's see if I do better. Okay. I'm going to put you down to my desk. And there. Hey, that worked. Okay. I'm using Bewitching, and today's focus are these cute little boots. I started, like I said, I did a blah, blah, blah. Let me stick to the point. I'm using the basic border dies, and it is in the annual catalog. This is the item number if you want these dies. I am going to be using this die, which is, I call it the zigzag. It comes from the set. So basic border dies in the annual catalog, 15558. All right. And here's a little picture of the card we're making. It's so cute. But like I said, I made quite a few mistakes and it was way too long. So I want to do it again. All right. We're using the stamparatus today. And we'll also be die cutting, of course. And the stamparatus is such a great tool because you can stamp several times and make the impression as dark as you want. And also with the stamparatus, it has these, I call them movable grooves. Let me pull it up. I have to use my arm because I'm not standing over it. Okay. It has these little arms in here. Move this up so you can see it. And what I'm going to be doing today is I have this, the little feet right where it needs to be to get the first time, because what I have to do, what I'll be doing is I'm going to be putting my cardstock right here, and I'll do it right now. Okay, I'm using a basic white cardstock. And I'm going to center it. Well, to find my center, I'm looking at the ends of my card, and I can see this line and this dark line. So I'm pushing it to the 1/4 inch because if you can see, it matches up with the 1/4 inch and the 1/4 inch. So this would be the center of my card. And I'm going to put this magnet way up at the top because we want the feet to come to the bottom. Is that right? Now, if I put my stamparatus down, you can see I'm getting most of the card, but I'm also going to be hanging off a little bit, and that's okay. But we're going to be moving this down to make the feet, and I'll be stamping the feet 3 times. Hello, Debbie. I'm so glad you found me. Okay, let's do this. We're stamping with Memento black ink, and I'm putting my stamp case under this just to support it when I'm stamping. Woo! Nothing like tossing things around. Okay, moving it down so you can see everything I'm doing. All right. So I'm going to stamp with my black tuxedo ink. And the first one's going to fall off the card. But the main thing is to know is that I've got my card centered because I have the exact number of spaces on each side. And you can tell that where I go over from the lines. So this is the center. But we're going to ink up the first one. It looks like it's falling off, but it's okay. Now I'm using my little Debbie. This is my stamping rubbing tool. It just helps with if you have arthritis or anything like that. It helps you rub this plate down and you don't have to press with your fingers. Now that's an okay impression, but you can see that little white splotches in there. We're going to stamp it again just because I want to get that solid place. This is who I bought my little Debbie from. Her name is Debbie Wilson with a Y. Come on. Too much to focus on, I guess. There it is. And she's with stamperssecret.com. And she is the one who came up with this idea before anybody else did. And yeah, it's really a neat tool. Okay, I'm re-inking so I can stamp again. Debbie, the reason why I'm so late is because I already did my 1 o'clock, but I messed up. I can't say the word so badly that I'm like, I've got to redo this. Okay, I should be leaving everything alone here. Now what I'm going to do is to get my little feet in the center here, I'm going to lift my plate. This is my acrylic door, and I just pull straight up. It's a little hard on getting it at this angle. There. Okay, the little plate comes straight up. And okay, this is where it was, the original. And I'm going to move it over 2 spaces. So you can watch the end here. It's 1, 2. And from the second space down, we're going to put this stamping door. Come on. Oh my goodness. I have it wrong again. Okay, let me think this through. My door can't go from there. It has to slide down this way. See, this is what happens to me. I was so ready. Oh, I know all I have to do. Okay, got it. See, we have another track here. I just need to turn my stamparatus and then find the center again for my card, and we'll be just fine. Woo. Okay, so I'm looking at my grid, and I'm going to butt it up to the top here, but we know it's a 1/4 inch past that dark black line and a 1/4 inch on this one, and I'm just going to scoot it up. And now I have 3 spaces over there, 3 spaces over here. I'm centered. Okay. Woo. Now let's see. I'm going to be moving up. Okay, so this is where I was. We stamped, and it stamped off the edge a little bit. Now I'm going to move it 2 spaces. So here we go. 1, 2. Okay. Now when I stamp down again, you can see where it's falling. It's going to fall right in the middle. So that's perfect. Okay, let me put this down and get my black ink and reload my stamp. And there we go. Using my little Debbie rub so it didn't hurt my hand. And it's a little splotchy, so I'm going to go another time, and it's going to make it very dark. The stamparatus, of course, is good for making multiple cards. You can keep stamping the same image and just switching your cardstock out, so that's a good way to use it. This is kind of a special way to use it when you're sliding it over. See how dark that is? It looks so good. Okay, now we're going to go 2 more over. So I'm going to pull it up. Okay, we're right here. I'm going to go 2. I'm counting from here. 1, 2. Put it back in. Let's see where it's going to fall. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to put my stamp case up there. You can still see my stamp. All right, let's stamp this one up. This is the 3rd one. I had all kind of trouble earlier. My die cutting didn't work. The stamparatus didn't work. Okay, but try and try again, and I'll find success. Okay, let's see. Little light. You can even tell just by looking here. See how much lighter it is and splotchy compared to the second one. All right, let's ink it up again. Okay, put the lid on it this time. And let's lay it down. Close the door. and press with my little Debbie. Okay, let's see what we got. Ta-da! It is dark and it's perfect. Yay! Okay, so now I'm going to take this little piece of paper out because I don't need it right now. Let's see, which one do I want to do next? Oh, I need to stamp my little hat. Okay, today what I'm using to stamp the hat with is Mango Melody. It's a color and it's in our assortment pack. So I'm going to use these little dots. On the other side is the plaid, but I decided I didn't like the plaid on the hat, so we're doing the darker with the polka dots. Okay, I'm just going to put this in the middle. I think we're going to be okay. I need to take off this. Can take off this, the feet, because we are done with the feet. So let's get them off. And let me grab the hat. And I'm going to place the hat first where I want it to go. Now, this is a big, big piece. So I think I'm going to go up here. I'm going to put my magnet there. And this will fit just nicely right there. So, because this is just a scrap and we're going to punch this out. Now I need to get my door back into position. Okay, it's in the regular position. I lay my door down and just touch it and it picks up my stamp. Beautiful. Now let's see. This is the hat that's just in a little outline. And I do this so I do it on these colors. Oh, look. I do it on this color so that I don't have to like color in because I'm really slow at it. Let's see. I saw a little halo that okay, I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to have to use that other side. You know what happened is I didn't clean off my stamp real well from earlier. So it had a little smudges on it. So that means I'm going to clean it now. The little towel I use is just like our chamois, but it's thinner. So that's why I can pick it up. Okay, now I can put it on. Let's see. Is it in the right place? Sure. Okay. And I think all I will do, since it's just a line, I can do it twice and it'd be way plenty because it's such a thin line. Let's see. See, that looks cleaner. Let's do it one more time just for grins. My goal is to keep this video right about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Because earlier I was like almost an hour. I'm like, no way anybody's going to watch my video for an hour. I wouldn't even watch my video for an hour. Okay, so we got that done. I think that's all the stamping we need. We stamped the boots and we stamped the hat. So now I can put this away and put my Debbie away. And I guess we'll punch. The next thing is to do some punching. Oops, I need to get where's my punch? Here. We're using the bundle with the punch. I need glitter paper. Where's my glitter paper? Okay, tragedy. What's this? This is some glimmer paper. Sorry, hang on. Okay, I'm getting my glimmer paper. I just didn't have it ready. Okay, I'm going to be using glimmer paper, and that's from last year. And it's not in our annual catalog this year. I think last year it was in our mini catalog. But you can buy the washi tape and just put the washi tape side by side and then use it as a punch it out. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my my punch, and punch out the hat. Well, as you can tell, it doesn't fit. So that means I need my scissors. And I'm going to go around it. And I like to cut this one off. That's pretty good. Let's see if I can wiggle it in there now. Okay, good. Okay, and you can tell I've got it in there correctly because you can see kind of the edges all the way around. I'm going to press gently and turn over and press hard, and the hat pops out. Yay. Okay, so now we have the hat. We have the, of course, the stars and the little hat. Oh, what's it called? It's not, it's a hat band. Okay, here I've got my glitter paper. Turn it over, punch. So I have this for my band. And then I want some stars because my end product, I'm going to have the little stars on them. So we're going to, again, I'm going to put it under there and just hold it. And then, whoops. And then, and I have three little heart stars. But I'm going to want to use 5. So I'm going to do one more punch. And punch. Okay, and that's all I need for this. Okay, so now I have 6 little stars. I'll use 5. And the hat. To close this, you just push it together and slide the little lever. Now, the next step is to make this cute little border here. And you can see I've got it down twice. Now, we've already done the little feet. And now I want to make this border with my little die cut. And here it is, basic borders die. I'm going to bring out my small machine. Earlier I used my big machine, and my machine is very, very old. And I thought I was going to be able to cut through 2 pieces of cardstock, and it just halted. It did not want to work for me. So I'm like, well, I guess that means second time around I'm using my little one, and it should be just fine. And let me find my plates. Okay, the plates here, we put 3. No, I think I put just the 1. I don't need this one. A 1 and a 2. Sound like Lawrence Welk. And a 2. Okay, I am going to cut my black first because I've got, this is a 5.5 inch in length because I need it to run the length of the card, and our card width is 1.5. I mean 5.5. And the width is probably, is 1.5. And I'm just going to set it on here. I'm going to have to use washi tape because you see how it's wiggling around. So I'm going to get my tape. And I'm just going, can you see? Nope. Here we go. You know, I was frustrated and mad at myself, but then I thought to myself, why? You can do it over again. So I just deleted it. I'm going to do it again. Okay. Where's my other plate? Got a 2, a 2, and a 2. A 1, a 2, and a 2. Go in there. I was talking earlier about how I'm a much slower stamper than most people. And go back. That's just the way I like to do it. Okay, so we have the black one done, and I can take this out. Got to pull this is actually Post-it tape, so pull this tape off very gently because it will pull your your card stop. It's not supposed to, but it still does for me. And I have, put it up against my clothes and all that stuff like they ask you to, or, suggest. Okay, so now I'm looking at my border, and they look exactly the same. See? The little holes look exactly the same. So I'm going to use the little wider one so when I glue, I'll have more to work with. And I can use the other one for something else. And now, instead of trying to, like I did earlier, what I did is I took my card base, okay, my card base, and I tried to push the whole card base all the way through on my big one, and it didn't work. So I'm going to do it like I did my black piece. This is just a scratch piece of Parakeet Party. Put my die on it. And it should be 5.5 inches long. Put the tape on it so it doesn't wiggle around. And here we go. Okay. So we've got to push it in a little bit and then start cranking. It's coming out the other side. And then I roll it back. Okay, let's see what I got this time. Uh-oh, you can tell I've got it all except for right here on this end. So I'm going to run it through again because that's why you put the tape on it. Well, not if it moves, you don't. Let's see, did it move? Nope, it didn't. It just felt like it moved. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so I have to get that side again. So I'm going to crank it through again. Come on. I'm going to go all the way. Whoop, now back. Okay, now you can see it's pulling apart. All right, I'm done with this. Get it out of the way. My baby machine. Put this away. And we're going to glue these pieces together. I'm trying to work as fast as I can because I can see already. See, it's like it's 22 minutes. How do people do it so quickly? I just don't know. Okay. I'm just looking to see which one looks better to me. I'm going to use this one because this one has a funny little edge. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this piece under here. And I'm going to line them up and glue where it looks about like that. Okay. Okay, I think you got the idea. I'm going to put the glue on the black piece since it's the smaller piece. Come on. I always use glue. I never use tape runner. Well, I can't say never because I have used tape runner, but not. My preference is the glue. Okay. Okay, that was really neat, Jeanette. Taking my little chamois thing and wiping this glue off. Let's see why. No, I guess I didn't have to. Oh, it needs to go this way. Okay. See, I do dummy things like that. Let's put it on there again. I was thinking I needed to turn it over. Bear with me. Oh, good. I'm glad I got another glue compadre. Let's see. There. So it is. I did it correct the first time. I put the glue on that top and then stuck it to the bottom, of course. Okay. I need to cut that little end off. Where's my regular scissors? And we're good on that side. All right. Now, with this, the other thing I need to do, this is going to be hanging about right here. So if I take my little feet, look at my little feet, and I pretend this is at the front of the card, you have to kind of position your little feet and then decide about where you're going to place this. Okay, I can come down on the feet a little bit, and that is so cute, isn't it? Okay, so what I might want to do is take my pen. Let's see, if I'm right, this is probably 1 3/4 inches, but I'm going to put a tiny little mark here. And then I'm going to put it again on my green so I get this right here. And there, you can barely see it. And now what I have to do is I have to cut. I'm going to cut it off where it's right above. I guess I'd be cutting it off at the green. So, gosh, it's hard to see green on green, isn't it? Okay, let's go back here. So if I'm measuring this from the top of the green to the bottom of the green, it's 1 1/4 inches. So 1 1/4 inches down. And that's where I'm going to cut it. That makes sense? Because I don't need this piece. So let me get my cutter. And on that second tick, I'm going to slice that off. Now let's see if we can put it on there and how it looks. So I guess if I were teaching this again, I would say, well, get your regular cardstock and cut it off, cut one side off. It's really at 1.5 inches. So I would tell everybody, go ahead and cut one side off 1.5 inches. But, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece and we're going to mount it. Nope, got to mount it on top, mount it underneath. I'll mount it on top. Now, make sure my little feet work. Putting these, because the main thing is that you want to see those little feet. See, I could, oh, no, I have this. I thought it was going to be too short, but I can bring this down to where I can see those little feet. Those stockings, they have to be seen. Okay, so again, I'm marking, and that's where I'm going to be putting the glue, or putting it up to that little spot with my glue. I'm just going to do the top of this one. And so I'm putting my mark right there and down. Make sure that's straight. Whoops. Line it up at the top. I think that's the other reason that I'm kind of slow, is because I do like everything very straight and all that good business. Okay, now I'm going to burnish this to kind of help it lay down better. Okay. Okay, now we're going to have to color these, but like I said, I don't like to color, but I have to because I do not have the blending brushes, or whatever they're called, the alcohol markers. So what I'm doing is I have an old blender marker by another company, and there it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Mango Melody and an ink block, and I'm going to touch my ink to my block. Okay, you don't need to cover the whole thing. And I'm going to take this is called a blender, and I can't remember the name of what the blender is called, or in the blends, the Stampin' Up! Blends. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm taking my blender little point and picking up that Mango Melody, and watch how easy this is. Like I said, I'm not one to like to color anyway, so especially not online. But I needed to do that for this one because I figured needed that little bit of color. So my blender pen only has alcohol, clear alcohol ink in it. So if you were using the blender pens from Stampin' Up! And you had the, whatever the other one's called, I don't know what it's called. It acts like a eraser, but it's like a lifter. And you use it, the Stampin' Up! One that's kind of clear, to move the alcohol ink deeper into the paper so it makes a more white, it leaves a lighter color on top, and then that's what helps blend. That's why this one's called a blender, but I'm using it as a colorer to get the color exactly right. And again, if I would have known that I was going to be doing Stampin' Up!, I wouldn't have bought all these alcohol markers, but I've invested in them, so I hate to use them. It takes me a little bit longer to figure out the right color blends to get them to match, but that's okay. And then if I use it like this, it's easy because I can just use the same color ink and I'm good. Then it matches. Oh, got that done. Okay, put that aside, put my little blender pen away, and let's put this inside the card. Oh, I'm timing myself. Go all the way around quickly. Whee. And put this inside. There's another thing I could have done differently. I see. I guess every time I'm going to make this card, I'm going to find a better way to do it. Because I'm not copying anybody's instructions. I mean, this was totally just me figuring this out. And then I'm going to take my little hat and I'm going to put dimensionals on it, on the back. Just 3 will do. And I'm going to place it. I'm trying to go quickly. Okay. So now I'm going to take the hat. And I'm just going to tilt it right here in the front. And I want to put the band, the glitter band on. So I'm going to use my glue again. Just put a little strip of glue on it. And like I said, if you find a better way to put this card together, I would love to see your way. Because I know it probably can be done even easier. Okay, now I have my little stars. So since these stars were popped out or yeah, punched out, they don't have that nice little glue dot on the back like we're so spoiled using. So I have to use real glue. So I'm going to make a little dot where I think they need to go. Let's put one here. So that's 3. Let's put one on this side. 4. Let's put one. I'm going to put one on our toe. That makes 5. Okay. And now I need a pick-me-up tool. I'm going to use my little scissors. My little reverse tweezers so I can pick these things up because they're so tiny. And place it down. Hold it for a second. And there. Okay. Another one. This is another large one. So I think I'm going to put it down here. And there. And let's get another size. This is a medium size. So let's put this one here. Ta-da. And I'm going to put this, should I put it? I'm going to put this big one down here on her toe. It's cute. So I guess all I'm going to be lacking is a greeting. And here's the littlest one. And there's the card. Okay, it's 34.41. So I made it under my 35 goal. But see, that's so cute with those And this would be very difficult to do if you didn't have a stamparatus. So encourage all of those that are going to be watching this on replay. Let me know if you have a stamparatus, and if you've ever done anything where you move the door plate like every couple inches. So, well, thank you for watching. Glad you were here, Debbie. And I'm going to sign off and put this back on my my Facebook site, and I will put this recording into my YouTube channel, which is Stampin' to Connect. All right, thank you very much, and I'm going to be doing Paper Pumpkin next, but in a little while. All right, bye-bye. Happy stamping.